Thanks. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you for pointing that out to me. How you doing, Mezina? And hello, everybody. Boy, this game is loud. I'm gonna do some quick setting changes here. That is crazy. Yeah, it's always best to find out at the start if you forget to unmute yourself. I thought I had done now. But you know. How are you guys doing? And hold on. Forgot to turn that back on. Yeah, during the collab it's fair enough, but you know, I need to be more careful. So, how are you guys doing and welcome? I'm glad to have you here. And booting up the game actually got the achievement for doing the first one. Alright, looks like I have to start a new game. Because we have a few cases here. It's kind of weird though. They kind of accidentally cut off case 3 for some reason. But then, you know, this is an indie game, so you gotta understand, you know, it's not gonna have the production values of a Capcom or anything like that, you know? So yeah, we did episode 1, or case 1, the cold-hearted aristocrat. So now we're moving on to case 2, the Walking Dead. Huh. This is gonna be interesting then, isn't it? Let's go!
Let me go!
Eh?
I'm not going anywhere until I see her! I'm sorry, Wallace, but she's already passed. There was nothing more they could have done.
How? This academy teaches the best mages in the kingdom! Are you telling me that they couldn't do anything?
Her condition was much worse than we thought. The kingdom's magic isn't advanced enough to treat something like this.
Lucio Steelwind can bring meteors from the sky! William Frigga can teleport entire caravans across a continent! Are you telling me that your mages couldn't cure one disease?
I'm sorry. I truly am.
Emily. That's not me. No, I'm Emil. So, case 2, The Walking Dead.
I'm sorry, Celeste, but there's no way out of this.
Celeste is still here! She must be our Maya Fey. Nice. I love Celeste. I'm so glad that she's come back. How's your dinner, Mezuna? Is it nice? What are you having? Celeste's attention is sharply focused on the chessboard between you two. You can see her eyes quickly dart from piece to piece. Just give me a second. I can still win this.
Celeste, there's no way for you to avoid a checkmate next turn. Just surrender.
She ignores you and continues staring at the pieces. She's so, you know, she didn't know how to play when we first met her. But after like 10 or 15 games, she got really good. Not good enough to beat Tyrion, of course, but you know, it's an improvement. She's clearly not dim. There! What about that?
Checkmate.
Damn it!
Would you two keep it down? We are in a library.
Miss Tamura glances at the chessboard.
I hope you didn't spend the entire morning playing around.
I've been working hard, Ruby. I've already learned 2 new spell formulas since we got here.
Well, at least there's that. What about you, Cuthbert?
Well... Your flustered stammering tells her exactly how much progress you've made. Uh-oh. Ruby is angry! Oh no!
I couldn't find any books about the subject we've been looking into.
You've spent the entire day combing through the kingdom's imperial library, researching for the Eye of Horus. Oh yeah, that's Tyrion's special skill that he has. You know, all supernatural attorneys need a special skill to help them. During Celeste's trial, you awakened to a new ability that you never used before. Up until then, you thought that the eye could only see surface-level thoughts. But during that moment with Garrick Pierce, the Eye of Horus was empowered, and you could see far more than usual. You told Miss Tamura about what happened, and it made you both wonder what other hidden abilities the eye might have. You both decided it's time to find out more about the eye and its origins. This library supposedly held the kingdom's entire knowledge of magic and the arcane arts. But you couldn't find a single mention of the ability like the eye.
Does the kingdom seriously lack knowledge about it? Or do we need to look somewhere else?
Are you sure you can't just tell me what you're researching? I've traveled around the world. I might have seen something like it. You entertained Lefort for a moment, but you haven't known her for very long. The Eye of Horus is a supernatural ability that can't be detected by a spell compendium. You've always been worried about what the kingdom might do if they ever found out about it.
Sorry. It's not something I can really talk about.
Fine. Oh, look at that pouty face. Oh, she's adorable.
If I had to guess, I would say that they are looking into supernatural phenomena.
Ah! You and Celeste nearly jump out of your chairs. You look over to where the voice came from. She appeared to be a student at the academy. She's got dual hair. She's got dual colored hair. Oh my goodness. She's kind of cute, but she also has that hint of a younger about her. You know, I'm just getting that feeling from her. Although, you know, you should never judge a book by its cover, of course. You never know how different someone might be to what you think they like. Whew. I didn't drink a lot today, so that really hit the spot. How long was she there? You didn't notice her presence at all. You also feel like she looks oddly familiar.
I'm terribly sorry if I startled you, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation.
As the girl approaches your table, you see another student frantically running after her.
Eris, you can't just... I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine, Wallace.
I'm sorry, but who are you two?
Sorry, that was incredibly rude of me. My name is Eris Ilmater. Eris Ilmater, huh? Interesting name. And this is Wallace Nightgrave. We're both students here.
Hi.
Hello, Wallace. Nice to meet you.
Not to be rude, but that was a private conversation. Just how much did you hear?
I wonder. Reading about the supernatural is actually a hobby of mine. I might be able to help you with your research, Mr. Cuthbert.
And what makes you so sure that is what we were researching?
Mr. Cuthbert has a bad habit of muttering to himself when he thinks. I assumed that his research had something to do with the supernatural. You feel a piercing gaze from Miss Tamura. You avoid eye contact with her. I mean, you can't help it if that's how you think, you know? Hey, Murray. Welcome. I'm glad you could make it. How are you doing, friendo?
But anyways, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Wait, what? Huh? Huh? What was that just now? Huh? That was weird. It's like, it was like we were seeing a video like cutting in. That was weird.
Fine, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Just remember to show some discretion, Tyrion.
Right. Silly Tyrion. He's so silly. Alright, shall we go and look around the library? Start from left and go to the right. Sounds like a plan, right? It's a holy text of some sort. It must be related to the Church of Bahamut. Bahamut? The dragon god? Huh. The library is full of books for educational purposes. You've been combing through these books all morning. Ooh, a globe.
It's a globe of the world. It's amazing how many other nations there are, aside from Wyvengard.
I've been to most of those places. You should come with me next time, Tyrion. That's a nice thought. Maybe you can travel with her when you're less busy. I hope so. They seem like a good couple. There's some sort of notice taped to one of the shelves. Due to constant misuse of the Arcane Construct Systems voice systems, voice lines can now only be set by Headmaster Redmond. You wonder what it's referring to. Very weird, don't you think? Ah, tables. It's a table for students to sit at. You've been sitting here with Celeste all morning. Is that everything? Yes. Alright, we can talk now. Let's ask about them first, shall we?
So, you two are students at the Imperial Academy?
Yes, I'm currently studying illusion magic. Illusions? That's the kind of magic that lets you turn invisible, right?
Technically, yes, but few mages ever reach that high level enough for that. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I'm not able to cast invisibility.
That's still pretty cool. What about you, Wallace? Wallace has his own, unique field of study. Oh, he's not happy about that, is he? It's probably not your place to pry. Yeah, probably. Alright, how about Tyrion and Celeste?
Everyone is talking about you two. Really? It's rare for the school to let any outsiders in.
That makes sense. This library isn't exactly open to the public. You were only able to get the access to it because of Miss Tamura's connections. Yeah, Miss Tamura is a very knowledgeable attorney.
We only ever get occasional visits from the noble houses. So I was curious as to who was able to break this dull monotony.
Well, I'm a mercenary, but now I work as Tyrion's bodyguard. Ah, that's what she is now.
Mercenary?
After her trial, it turned out that Celeste was more capable of affording your services. However, Miss Tamura still proposed a different arrangement. After indicting Garrett Pierce, you painted a large target on your back. With Celeste being a mercenary, Miss Tamura decided to hire her as your bodyguard. Alright, yeah, of course. If he's able to, get an aristocrat put in prison, then obviously other aristocrats with shady dealings would more than likely want to target him, so they could keep doing their evil deeds. Whew. Probably gonna need to refill this drink at some point. She figured you would feel more comfortable around someone you were already friends with. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Anyways, I'm a defense attorney. Defense attorney? Huh? My apologies, it's just not what I was expecting.
What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, what is that supposed to mean? Well, I guess in the world of magic, a defense attorney is a pretty dull-sounding job, I guess. Especially when they normally lose.
Supernatural phenomena. I wonder why you would be researching such a thing.
Yeah, I want to know too. Celeste, you're only a bodyguard. This is on a need-to-know basis. I'm sorry. Yeah, Miss Tamura is not happy.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, no, that's not her.
I'm sorry, but I can't really say. Regardless, there are many spells in the world. So why are you so convinced that this phenomena wasn't produced by a spell? What we're looking into doesn't exactly follow the classic rules of magic.
Oh, how so? Please tell me.
It was created by someone who's not a mage.
Oh, really? So you're saying that this was something created by a person? Uh-oh. The words came out of your mouth before you realized it. I'm sorry, Mr. Murray, I'm sorry. You send a small apologetic look to Miss Tamura.
That does remind me of a story. Story? Mr. Cuthbert, do you know the legend about how the kingdom of Wyvengard was created? You mean the story about the ancient dragons?
The ancient what? Oh man, the ancient dragon, interesting. Rasenji! Hello, friend! How you doing? I'm glad you can make it. How are you doing? Does Wyvengard have a story about the ancient dragons?
It's only about one ancient dragon. The Church of Bahamut refers to him as the Sacred Lord, or the Scaled Lord even. I should pay more attention. I'm sure you've even heard of people mention him before. Legends say that the first mages were created centuries ago by him.
Eh? Excuse me, what? Mages were created by a dragon? Huh. That's not really how I'd expect it to happen. But sure, I guess. How about me? Oh, I'm good, I'm good. Ah, so that's what that big dragon on top of that tower is. I see.
At that time, our kingdom was caught in the middle of a brutal war. With no way to defend themselves, the kingdom was on the brink of destruction. Our people prayed to Bahamut, the god of dragons, for salvation. And almost as if to answer their prayers, Rathalion, the last Scaled Lord, appeared before them. The Scaled Lord bestowed the gift of magic on a band of heroes who were fighting on the front lines. With their magic, these heroes utterly overtook the kingdom's enemies and single-handedly won the war. It is said that those heroes went on to form the noble houses of today.
Okay, that makes sense.
What a load of nonsense. That story is nothing but religious propaganda to prop up the noble houses.
Regardless, the significance of this legend is the Scaled Lord himself.
Do you mean Rathalion?
Rathalion bestowed the power to become a mage on several individuals. And to this day, that power can only be passed down genetically. Can you think of an arcane spell that can produce something like that?
No, I suppose not.
Rathalion must have had powers that weren't bound by the rules of the arcane arts. In other words, he could create supernatural phenomena without following the rules of magic.
Please, do you honestly expect us to believe a story like that? It's completely unrealistic.
As unrealistic as a non-mage using supernatural powers? She has a point. It's a far-fetched theory, but honestly, the closest thing we have to a lead right now.
Ah, of course it would be you lot making all of this noise.
Mommy? Oh my goodness. Is she one of these you'd call step on me mommy energy? That's the feeling I get from her. Suddenly, a woman who appears to be an instructor approaches you. She looks upon each of you with an equal amount of disdain.
Professor Bellwether!
Catherine Bellwether. Occupation professor. She's strong on Genomate vibes. Maybe.
That is Professor Bellwether to you?
Didn't he just call you?
I knew letting you rabble into our walls would lead to nothing but trouble. You've even started associating with our malcontents. The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, take it up with him. I'll have you know that I was on my way to do just that. Wallace? Yes? How am I supposed to understand you when you're stuttering? Yes, Professor Bellwether. Straighten out your uniform and fix that awful hair. You look like a street urchin. But I suppose it's unreasonable to expect anything more.
Wow. Wow. That is so rude. Even I'm kind of mad for him, to be honest. Even I'm mad for him. That is uncalled for.
As for you, I'll be on my way.
What the heck is happening? What the heck was that? It's like a break in like the fabric of reality. It's like, you know, weird. He needs a good girl to heal his poor confidence. Yeah, maybe. I love that Celeste look there. It's just like, huh? What a bitch! Wow. Very blunt of you there, Celeste.
Celeste!
Oh, come on. We were all thinking it. I mean, I guess she's not wrong. I guess we were all thinking it. Oh, Celeste. I love her. Celeste has a spine. Yes, she does. Anyways, with that out of the way, shall we begin? What? Why do you keep detecting fear from Celeste?
Wallace, you finished this week's assignments, haven't you? Would you mind helping Celeste with her research? I don't know.
Now that you mention it, I could really use some help finding a specific spell formula. You know your way around here, right, Wallace?
Okay.
Wallace is in love with Celeste. Woo woo! Woo 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 woo!
Don't worry, Miss Tamura. I'll be more careful from now on. Please do. I still have some business to take care of here, so I'll leave you all to it.
You spend the next few hours searching through the library's books with Eris. You hadn't thought to look into the ancient dragons, and the library had books about them in abundance. There was one problem, though.
There are a lot of myths and stories about the ancient dragons, but it's pretty difficult to tell fact from fiction with these accounts.
It can't be helped. The Church of Bahamut is the dominant religion of our kingdom.
We have the bones of dragons displayed in museums, but those bones are the only widely known evidence of the dragon's existence. Except for Rathalion. Possibly. I wonder if he's still alive, like you said.
I wouldn't be surprised. Despite everything, our kingdom's constitution still includes him in our government.
Wait, really?
As the savior of our kingdom, he and his kin were given an honorary position on our political hierarchy. The ancient dragon's authority technically rivals that of King Oliver.
Wow, I had no idea. How have I never heard of this before? To be honest, that law is just a way to revere him and appease the church. Well, Rathalion couldn't possibly any be worse than the nobility.
I wonder about that. You're so stuck in your own thoughts that you accidentally bump into the bookshelf. The shelf begins to tip over and you're able to catch it just before it fully falls over. But not before several books fall out from their shelves. And you know what that normally means. You'll find what you need when you don't looking for it. They hit the ground with a cacophony of thuds. Some students glance in your direction.
Be quiet! Sorry! Be quiet!
Eris begins giggling. She seems amused by what's happening. Hey, are you okay? I heard a loud... Whoa. Celeste stares at the pile of fallen books. What did you do? Aw, don't be like that, Celeste. Come on. Hey, Murray. What were you up to? Glad to have you back.
Forget that. Just help me clean this up. There's no need for that.
Cold day, you need to get some suckies on. You need to layer up. Put on 2 or 3 pairs of socks if you need to.
Construct, I require assistance.
Acknowledged.
Ah! What? Upon Eris's command, one of the nearby suits of armor suddenly springs to life and begins walking towards you. The voice coming out of it sounds human, but it lacks emotion. Why does it sound familiar?
Wait, did you do that, Eris?
Amazing robot voice. Ah, stop it. Nothing.
Yes, this is an arcane construct. It's a suit of armor that's animated using artificery. They're designed to carry out various tasks for the students.
What I need to do is I need a voice changer, so I can actually give myself that robotic edge to the voice. I'm sure that'd be pretty neat, right? Really? I didn't know anything like that existed.
They're still experimental, so they aren't available to the public yet. With that being said...
Excuse me.
Construct, please place these books back where they belong.
Acknowledged.
Hey, Martin! Hey, friend! Glad to see you. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. How's your day been? On Eris's command, the construct begins quickly picking up the books. It moves with inhuman efficiency. After only a few seconds, all of the books are back on their shelves. Wow, that must have been, like, really quick. That's near the speed of light, I imagine.
Wow, so they do whatever you tell them to? Well, there are some limits to...
Construct! Tell me that I'm the fairest maiden you've ever seen. Oh, come on, Celeste.
Command rejected.
Oh, what? Come on, Celeste. You need some humility.
I guess they're not allowed to lie.
You feel a sharp pain in your side as Celeste quickly jabs you. I mean, you are asking for that, Tyrion. Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Oh man, that must suck. Asimov, you mean that, like, robot?
The construct's voice is just a series of pre-recorded messages. I'm not sure if you noticed, but it uses the voice of Professor Bellwether.
Alright, okay.
Unfortunately, you can't make them say anything other than what's recorded. Only the headmaster can change that setting.
The 3 rules of robotics. Okay, in passing, but not by memory.
Artificery that can record audio. I've never seen anything like it.
But you just said that they're experimental, right? Maybe if I keep asking it, it'll just give up and do it.
I would advise against that. Even if the commands are rejected, they're still stored in the construct's command logs.
Anyways, we should probably get back to work. Fine. Aw, come on, Celeste, don't be like that. You read more about the ancient dragons, but most of the stories read more like the fables than actual historical accounts.
I don't feel like I'm making any progress.
Suddenly you hear a thunderous, low-pitched sound blare across the room. It sounds like a high-pitched horn, but with its volume turned up to unnatural levels.
What? Celeste, do you hear that?
Ugh, how can I not? What is that?
You didn't touch anything you weren't supposed to, right?
What? Of course not. It finally stopped. The constructs will kill someone? I wonder about that.
Eris, wasn't that the lockdown system?
Yes, I believe so.
Lockdown system? The Academy is outfitted with a large artificery system. In a state of emergency, it will erect magical barriers throughout the building.
State of emergency? Should we be worried? Don't worry, the lockdown is designed to keep everyone safe. We're safe as long as the barriers are up. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Miss Eris.
But, Miss Tamora, she said she was going to do something on campus.
Oh, sorry. That's not... But, Miss Tamora, she said she was going to do something on campus.
I'm terribly sorry.
You suddenly hear a dismembered voice echo through the library. It sounds like it's being projected magically.
It's the headmaster. He's using the intercom system. Students and faculty, please remain calm. There's been a murder on the Academy grounds.
Eh? Oh no!
What? Please stay where you are and wait for law enforcement to arrive.
Who is it? Who's murdered?
Damn it. We have to get out of here. I'm afraid that's not possible. The lockdown system protects and locks each room. We can't leave this room until it's deactivated. Well, we won't know until we try.
You run to the entrance and begin pulling on the door's handle. You try and pull with all your strength into prying it open, but it doesn't even budge. That headmaster voice is crazy good. Oh, thank you. You're being a flatterer today, aren't you, Mary? Thank you. Tyrion, stop! Oh my god, what's with that face? Oh wow, she's doing a Miss Tamora, I think. She's doing a Miss Tamora, I think.
But, Miss Tamora.
I know that you're worried about her, but there's already been a murder. We don't know where the attacker is, or if they're still armed. The best thing we can do right now is to stay here and wait. She's right.
Damn it!
Are you gonna keep that face up the whole time, Celeste? Oh wait, that's just her serious face. That's her combat mode. Celeste's hands rest on her sword. Her eyes are carefully watching the entrance.
Wow, we've been here for hours and she still hasn't stopped watching the door.
She was also able to calm you down earlier. It's easy to forget sometimes, but she's always reliable when it really counts. What?
Students and faculty, thank you for your patience. Law enforcement has secured the building. The lockdown is being lifted. However, please remain in the building until...
The headmaster is barely finished with his message before you're out the door. Tyrion! Hey, don't go off on your own! You desperately run through the academy hallways.
No. Miss Tamora? Miss Tamora, where are you?
You have no idea where you're even going anymore. You can feel your fear and anxiety rise with every passing moment. Where is she?
Cuthbert!
She's okay! Woo! was close. So it wasn't Amiya.
What's wrong? Why are you shouting? Miss Tamura! Calm down. You're hyperventilating. I heard there was a murder and I've been looking all over for you. And you were worried about me? Just...
You hug Miss Tamura tightly as you're overcome with emotion. Aw, it's so sweet. She's usually not receptive to affection, but you don't care. You're just relieved that she's safe. Tyrion, there you are! And you're crying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you so much.
We heard the announcement. Do you know what happened, Ruby? My throat.
I do, but...
You see Miss Tamura glance at Wallace for a brief moment.
For now, I think we should head to the foyer.
You arrive at the foyer and see the room swarm with a legion of familiar knights.
Is that the Inquisition? Don't tell me.
The headmaster mentioned that there was a murder on campus. Someone used magic.
Hey, you there!
As you enter the foyer, Commander White notices you and begins marching in your direction. But his attention isn't focused on you.
Huh?
Are you Wallace Nightgrave?
Yes, but...
By the authority of the Wyvern Crown, I'm placing you under arrest.
Hey, what are you doing?
You three? The hell are you doing here?
You said he was under arrest? On what charges?
This kid is charged with the murder of Catherine Bellwether.
Wait, huh? Huh? Her? That mean teacher earlier?
What?
Wasn't that the professor you met in the library earlier? It was, I knew it. Like hell you're arresting him. He was with us in the library for the entire morning. There's no way he could have murdered her.
Move aside, Celeste.
But...
Miss Tamura is right. If Wallace is a suspect, we can't stop the Inquisition from arresting him.
No.
Don't worry, Wallace. We'll get to the bottom of what happened.
Without a word, Wallace allows the Inquisition to drag him away.
My apologies. I'm going to go and check on him.
I mean, they're good friends, you know? She wouldn't do that. This is terrible.
I still don't understand. Why would they suspect Wallace of all people? I'm not sure myself. Unlike most magical homicides, the school is filled with plenty of mages. There has to be a long list of suspects.
Isn't there anything we can do?
I'm gonna go investigate what happened. Cuthbert. Yes! He hasn't accepted you as his attorney yet. You don't even know if you'll be working this case. But I know he's innocent. I just can't sit here and do nothing. Well, I clearly can't stop you. But please remember that being an attorney is your job. It's not charity work. Don't come crying to me if you run out of gold. Right. Anyways, I still have some business to take care of in the city. Will you two be okay handling this? Yes, we'll take care of this. Good. I'll leave everything to you then. Alright, let's go, Celeste.
Right. Well, that's certainly, like, a very interesting, interesting. Ugh. Games where I do a lot of voice work really do take a strain on my throat. It's been a few hours since Wallace was arrested. You and Celeste were with him during the lockdown, so the Inquisition had to take your statements. But the more they questioned you, the more you could tell that they had doubts about your testimony. You will need to do more if you want to establish an alibi for Wallace. That took longer than expected.
We've already lost a lot of time talking to the Inquisition, but we should be free to roam around now.
Where should we go first?
The crime scene sounds like a good start. We still need to figure out what actually happened.
Ruby said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B. It's in the west wing of the school.
Alright, that seems like a good place to start.
I mean, we gotta examine the place, right? It's a painting of a professor with some kind of magic tool.
There's some text under it. Dr. Paul Vualera, also known as the Archaeologist of the North. He spent many years studying and exploring the mountainous regions of Charlatan. And through his investigation, he came upon one of the many lairs of the Scaled Lord. He was honored both by the Church and the Wyvern Historical Society for their impressive discovery.
Just like your ma last night. Aw, come on, Martin.
It's a painting of a man with some creature on his arm. There's some text under it. Dr. Delbit Taforos, a mage, historian, archaeologist, anthropologist, and botanist.
Wow, that's a lot of things.
Best known for his work in studying the history of the ancient dragons. Through his work, great leaps were made in the study and development of the school of evocation. On his arm is one of the last pseudo-dragons, which now have gone extinct.
Aw, that's sad.
It's a statue. There's some writing on the platform it's on. Gillian Chemnitz, the inventor of early artificery.
So this guy's the one who invented it. Who'd have thought we could have used machines to harness magical energy?
Artificery is truly marvelous invention. With it, anyone can utilize the convenience of magic without having noble blood.
Although, the expenses of owning artificery present their own barrier. But that expression on the statue, it kind of looks like he doesn't want to be here, even though his statue is huge.
He does give off that attitude, doesn't he?
Oh, sorry. He does give off that attitude, doesn't he? Right, there are a few things they could probably improve, like maybe having these little things in like a little window, and then, you know, a character could like face in front of it and talk about it, maybe? Alright, let's talk. I hope Wallace is okay. He looked really scared when Commander White arrested him.
Don't worry, we'll find out what really happened.
But first you need to inspect the crime scene. Where should we go next?
The first thing we need to do is find out exactly what happened. Miss Tamura said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B.
2B or not 2B? That is the question. Alright, guess we'll go there first, since that's where we need to go first.
Hey, stop right there.
As you try to enter the classroom, you're stopped by one of the Inquisition Knights.
I'm the defense attorney for the accused. We have a right to investigate the crime scene.
He's really not.
Yeah? From what I've heard, the kid doesn't have an attorney yet.
Right, you haven't been able to talk to Wallace about that yet.
It's quite alright. Let them in.
It's Arya Steelwind!
Lady Steelwind?
Do not call me that. While you work under me, you will address me as Prosecutor Steelwind.
Yes, Lord Prosecutor Steelwind.
Ah, what's that smell? As you enter the classroom, you find yourself inhaling a sour and rancid odor. The stench is so overwhelming that your eyes begin to tear up.
Don't worry, you'll eventually get used to the smell. What are you even doing here, Steelwind? I'm here to coordinate the investigation.
You look around the crime scene. There isn't a single Inquisition knight in the room.
Isn't that the Inquisition's job? Due to circumstances, I've decided to handle this case personally. Well, since we got you here, could we ask you some questions about what happened? Can I assume that you're planning to defend this case? That would make you my opponent. What would I have to gain from helping you? Right. However, I would be willing to answer your questions. But only if you answer some of mine as well. Oh, okay.
What could she possibly want to ask you? Oh, Tyrion, I almost forgot. Since this is our first official case together, I wanted to show you something that I learned.
Okay, what is it?
Repario Arcanum.
What the heck? Voice acting? Huh? What? Eh? Wow, there's voice acting. Wow, okay, that was not what I was expecting to happen there.
What was that?
That is the incantation for the Detect Magic spell.
Detect magic? Wait, does that mean?
Yep, we can see magical traces when we're examining crime scenes now. Ah, Celeste, you are a dear. Detect Magic. Your bodyguard, Celeste, can now use the Detect Magic spell. While examining a location, press the Detect Magic button to make magical traces visible. If there are any magical traces at your location, you'll see a colored overlay. Ooh, nice.
Repario Arcanum.
There's 2 traces of magic here. What?
What's wrong?
There's a trace of necromancy on the body.
Necromancy?
Isn't necromancy the type of magic that creates undead? She's not just going to get up and walk away, right?
We're honestly not sure. That's part of the reason why I've stationed myself here. But what does that have to do with Wallace? Oh, you didn't know? Wallace Nightgrave is a necromancer.
He's a what?
We believe that he used the necromancy spell to completely drain her of life force. That's why there are no visible wounds. Here's the autopsy report. It will tell you everything you need to know.
Ooh. Died at 2:01 p.m. Body shows no signs of cuts or bruising. The alchemist report has verified that death was not caused by poison or disease. That wasn't me. I'm still in training. I couldn't be an alchemist who's used to do crime stuff. Body shows traces of necromancy and illusion magic. Cause of death is not apparent, but very likely caused by necromancy magic.
But in the modern day, even the Inquisition doesn't commonly deal with necromancy. They're all on edge about what other spells he might have used. So, I'm here to make sure that nothing unholy happens to the body.
You can't believe it. You've heard stories of necromancy before. But why would Wallace be studying something like that?
But even if Wallace is a necromancer, aren't there plenty of other mages who can cast necromancy spells? This is an academy for mages, after all. No, there are no laws against it, but the knowledge required to learn necromancy is heavily controlled. No one in their right mind would dare teach necromancy beyond basic healing magic. Frankly, I'm surprised even one student at this school was allowed to learn it.
I can see why.
But because of this specific piece of evidence, we know that he's the murderer. But it's still too convenient.
That's the first time you've seen a thought from Steelwind. Normally, you can only see thoughts from people who are distressed or excited. You doubt that Miss Steelwind is excited, so is something causing her to be stressed?
Is there something you're not telling us, Steelwind? Because something tells me that this case isn't as straightforward as you claim it is. If you truly believe that, then why don't you prove it?
That I can't see any more thoughts from her. She must be subconsciously guarding her mind now. But she's clearly hiding something. Now you see, this is why I should have drank more at work. Alright, I'm gonna need to quickly refill my bottle, so, stick around guys, I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, thank you for waiting. Right, we need to examine this. There's a trace of illusion magic next to the body.
We believe that the suspect donned an illusionary disguise immediately after murdering the victim.
Ow, there's the hydrate. Aw, thank you, thank you. Yeah, posture is good. Ooh, stretch too, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mezuna.
Using his disguise, he discreetly made his way back to the library unnoticed.
Assuming that Wallace isn't the murderer, the real killer must have used a similar disguise. Which means that no one would have seen them leave this classroom. It'll be harder to find any witnesses that saw the perpetrator. Alright, that was very useful. Alright, okay. I guess I don't really need to show her anything. She gave us the autopsy reports. There's no point in giving it to her.
Miss McCoy, it's my understanding that you were adopted. Would you happen to know who your birth parents are? Hey! Isn't that too personal of a question? You agreed to answer my questions, didn't you? But I didn't think you meant...
Oh, Martin, you failed. Better luck next time.
It's fine, Tyrion. I'm fine with answering if it helps Wallace.
Oh, she's not fine, though.
I don't know who my birth parents are. I've never tried looking for them.
Alright, Martin. Sleep tight. I'm not leaving because it failed. No, it's 1 a.m., isn't it now? It's midnight. It's fair enough. I can understand why you'd want to go to bed. Good night.
I see. If I recall correctly, your spell companion only contained one spell. Considering your upbringing, how did you learn Magic Blade in the first place?
I bought a scroll from the merchant a few years ago. It had Mage's Blade spell formula on it. But I know more than one spell now. I actually just learned a few new spells today.
I'm sorry. Spells, as in plural? How long did it take you to learn these spells?
A few hours, I think.
She learned multiple spell formulas within a few hours?
What was that just now?
I see. Well, I think that's all I need to ask for now.
Okay?
She's sharing information about the investigation for that?
Why is she so interested in Celeste all of a sudden? Ah! I can't take it anymore! That smell is driving me crazy! What is that?
From what I understand, there was a bit of an accident a few days ago. It happened during one of the classes that the headmaster was teaching. He misread the instructions for an alchemy experiment, and as a result he accidentally produced this rancid-smelling vapor. The vapor? It's not poisonous, is it? Of course not. I wouldn't be standing here if it were. It's just extremely unpleasant to the senses.
Foul classroom smell. Interesting. And now, what can you tell us about the murder?
Do you know what happened here, Steelwind? Well, it all began with the City Watch received a call from the Academy. Supposedly there was an attack on campus grounds and the entire building was put on lockdown. The City Watch set up a perimeter around the building while they waited for the system to deactivate. What? Couldn't the Academy have let them in once the scene was secure? I'm not sure about the specifics, but supposedly the lockdown can't be shut down manually. You'll have to ask one of the Academy admins if you want to know more. Anyways, you two were also present during the lockdown, am I correct? Did either of you see anything suspicious?
No, but we actually met the professor that morning. She was still alive then.
I see. That does match with accounts from all of our other witnesses. Do you have any idea where she went after she left the library? The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, then take it up with him. I'll have you know I was on my way to do just that. She said that she was going to meet with the headmaster. He also mentioned that when I questioned him. She attended the meeting as planned.
If the headmaster met with Bellwether, you'll probably want to speak with him next.
She must have found her way into this classroom afterward. Would you happen to have a map of the Academy? I do. I have extra copies if you'd like one.
Oh wow, Miss Steelwind's being very kind, isn't she? What is it?
There's only one direct path from the headmaster's office to this lecture hall. But I wonder if she took any detours.
There we go, got the map. Let's have a look at the map. Oh, that's the text log. Right, so it's Lecture Hall 2E, right? No, it was 2B. There's a kitchen and the Imperial Library. Oh yeah, she went past, didn't she? Naruhodo. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh wait, yeah, there's more to talk about. I was thinking it was kind of weird.
Do you know how the body was discovered? 2 members of the kitchen staff spotted her collapsed inside the classroom. They reported the situation to the campus admin while they attempted to save her life. But it was too late. The professor had already passed away by the time any healers arrived. Those 2 staff members, who were they? I believe their names were Valentina and Valerie Iannis. They're apparently sisters. Orin was the one who collected their statements. Did he notice anything off about their behavior? From what he said, they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious. Quirks? He told me they were running and spinning around him during questioning.
Yeah, you can tell the inspiration from Ace Attorney is all over this game.
What does that mean? I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their co-worker murdered.
You'll definitely want to speak with those staff members. Right. Sorry. Excuse me. Very... Didn't get too much sleep last night. A bit tired.
We already told the Inquisition this, but Wallace was with us the entire time. He couldn't have committed the murder.
Yeah, he has a perfect alibi.
Strong, maybe, but his alibi is far from perfect. Miss McCoy herself told us that. There was a small time period when she wasn't with him.
What? Right. It was when I came to check on you after you knocked over that shelf. I got a little lost on my way back to Wallace. But still, we only lost each other for a few minutes.
That may be, but unless his alibi is airtight, the evidence in this room proves that it was him. What do you mean? It will be easier to explain once you examine it yourself.
Alright, let's have an examination then. I nearly forgot to do that.
This would be where the students sit during lectures.
I can't imagine sitting in one place all day. Wouldn't you have gone to school, Celeste?
Have you never attended a school before?
No, we never had a proper school in Cornhaven. I mainly got my education from books that my parents bought from traveling merchants. What about you?
I used to attend a public school in my hometown. But after Mr.
No! Come on, Emil. Wake up.
But after Miss Tamura adopted me, she handled my education personally.
Why was Steelwind sad? That's a bit weird, don't you think?
It's a painting of some sort of musician. There's some text written below it. Dr. Nicholas Gosu, inventor of the Arcane engine. His work revolutionized trade and travel across the seas. He was well known for not discriminating between the common folk and the nobility, judging his assistants based purely on their merit. When he wasn't conducting research within the Imperial Academy,
he was not yawning.
He was known to compose symphonies for the king in his free time.
Looks like he was a man of many talents. Oh, they have books here too!
They appear to be textbooks about alchemy.
Guys, you won't mind if I just sneak a book off that shelf, do you? You won't tell anyone, right? Aw, lame. Come on, Emil. Wake up.
The lecture hall has a window with a view.
I feel like I'd just stare outside all day if I had to attend classes here.
You're not much of a student, are you?
Ugh. I just can't spend hours sitting in one place. I need to move around. She was pretty antsy while you were studying in the library earlier.
How have you learned so many spells if you're so distractible?
I don't know. I just learned the spell formula and cast stuff.
I see.
Is that not normal? I don't think it is. Alright, now to examine the blood. I can't believe the professor is dead. Bun Bun! Hello! Welcome! We just saw her this morning.
There's a chalk outline around where her body was. It appears that most of this blood came from her abdomen. Wait, if she had no obvious cuts or bruises...
Sorry, I was just in Tyrion mode for a second. You know, if she didn't have any cuts or bruises, how did she bleed?
Is that where the fatal wound was? There's a lot of blood in this puddle, but there's no trail leading to it. And there aren't any magical traces anywhere else in the room. I doubt the murderer used magic to clean it.
Does that mean that the murderer attacked her in this room?
Maybe, but it's hard to say for certain.
Interesting. Alright, I guess we move now. We've examined everything, right? Alright, let's go back. Although that's not how it works. Ugh. Alright, let's go to the kitchen to meet these, quirky characters, shall we? This music's weird. I don't really think it belongs in this game for some reason.
Hello? Is anyone there?
It looks like there's no one here right now. Maybe we should check somewhere else.
Well, if you say so.
If you say so. You follow the map that Steelwind gave you. And you arrive at the headmaster's office.
Oh, hello there. I wasn't expecting guests today.
Sorry for coming unannounced. You must be...
My name is Fyodor Redmond. I'm the headmaster of the Wyvern Guard Imperial Academy.
Hello there, Theodore.
And judging from your appearance, you must be the protege of Ruby Tamora. To what do I owe the pleasure?
They must be here to investigate the murder.
Wait, Eris? I thought you went to see Wallace. Unfortunately, the Inquisition is questioning him right now. They aren't allowing visitors.
He must be so scared right now. I hope he's okay. Right, she had the same experience not too long ago. Yeah, that's true.
If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Then let's have a little chat, shall we?
This is terrible. To think that one of my prize students would be accused of murder.
We heard your voice on the intercom when the lockdown happened. Are you the one who triggered it?
Yes, I activated it when I received a call from one of the staff. They reported that Professor Bellwether had been attacked.
Nice, nice. I'm not bored, guys. I just didn't sleep well last night.
How does the lockdown system work?
It's an artificatory network that covers the entire academy. In the event of an emergency, I can activate it using this stone.
The headmaster pulls out a glowing stone from his desk. You can hear the hum of magical energy emanating from it.
Once activated, the system creates magical barriers throughout the building. It's designed to contain and protect each room in the building.
Could a powerful mage breach any of these barriers?
I doubt it. The barriers can withstand a great amount of force. They even blocked mages from teleporting through them. And once activated, even I can't turn it off for an hour.
Right, the academy lockdown system. Interesting.
What can you tell me about Wallace? Earlier you said he was one of your prize students. I just need to understand. Why did the prosecutor say he was the necromancer?
Because technically he is one.
What? But why would he study something like that?
Necromancy is probably one of the most dangerous and most scrutinized schools of magic. Its image is long tainted by stories of dark wizards raising armies of the undead. However, it doesn't just control the forces of death, it also controls the forces of life.
Forces of life?
The truth is that healing magic is also classified as necromancy. Most healers don't care to admit it because of the stigma it has. But that's why Wallace was studying it. He wants to become a doctor.
But there are plenty of mages who know healing magic. Why is Wallace being singled out?
For years, he's been studying necromancy beyond basic healing magic. He believes that high-level necromancy could revolutionize modern medicine. Unfortunately, many among the faculty don't see it that way. Wallace doesn't hail from a noble house. He's a mage that was born among the common folk.
He's like me.
Many of the faculty fear that he'll use his knowledge to raise armies of undead, just like the necromancers of old. The Imperial Academy isn't even permitted to teach it to students beyond basic healing magic.
Then why did you allow him to study it?
After everything that has happened to him, I made an exception.
Everything that has happened to him?
I'm not at liberty to say more. You'll have to ask him if you wish to know more.
Hey, Rasenji, don't worry about it. Family's important. Out. Oh my goodness.
If you plan on defending Wallace, you'll need a spell compendium, am I correct? Yes, having a client's compendium is instrumental to acquitting them. You may find it a bit difficult. You see, after a certain incident, he destroyed his compendium.
Huh? Okay, thank you, Rasenji. Thank you for your care package. And a quick hydrate, too.
What? Why would he do that? Doesn't he need that to use magic?
A spell compendium is a device mages use to keep track of what spells they can cast. It's really convenient for remembering the formulas and incantations of your spells. But it's not actually required to use magic. Right, I see. I thought of destroying mine a long time ago, but they're really expensive. Luckily, I have an unattuned spell compendium right here. I'd be more than happy to give it you if it helps Wallace.
Oh, thanks.
Wallace just needs to maintain physical contact with it for 10 minutes. After that, the compendium will attune to his magic. Just make sure that you don't let another mage like Celeste hold it. Once it attunes to a mage, no one else can use it. Ah, thank you.
Wait, then how did... Wonderful! I hope you can persuade Wallace to attune to it.
This is weird. It's like, you know, it's like when, how do I phrase it? It's like when you, like, see something, but then it's like, you know, history changes, and then all of a sudden it, like, does that quick scroll back sort of thing.
What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether?
Ooh. I don't think he liked her very much. Wow, that was a whole mess of emotions.
She was rather unpleasant to work with.
Can you think of any enemies she might have had?
You might as well list everyone who attended this school. Ooh, that's a bane.
Iris.
It's best to be blunt with these sorts of things. I gotta admit, I like Eris.
As you saw yesterday, she had a pretty abrasive attitude towards the students.
Many people in this school did not care for her.
Maybe she wasn't the nicest person. But would that really be enough to motivate someone to murder her? She's often target and harass students, especially those who are from the common folk.
Ah, I see.
She even made a habit of expelling those students for minor infractions.
Is that legal? Could she really do that? For commoners, magic can be our ticket out of poverty. I can't imagine how it would feel to have the opportunity unfairly taken from you.
She put so much pressure on those students. Some of them even left the academy of their own volition. They couldn't handle her constant verbal abuse.
Even then, would that really be enough to motivate to commit murder?
The human psyche is a fragile thing. It's astounding what someone might do when pushed far enough. What about her relationship with the faculty?
In some cases, it was worse than when it was with the students. She'd often treat the staff like her personal servants. I've received many complaints from them about her behavior.
Sorry if this sounds rude, but why didn't you just fire her if she was such a big problem?
She's used her position to curry favor with the noble houses over the years. As you can imagine, the Academy's board is controlled by the nobility. If I ever tried to remove her, they would probably support her over me.
Wow, she really had quite a strong reputation. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
I heard that you had a meeting scheduled with Professor Bellwether this morning. What time was this, and when did the meeting end?
Our meeting was scheduled for noon. She arrived on time and our meeting lasted until 1 p.m.
Did anything seem off about her to you?
No, she seemed to be her usual self.
And that was scary. You detect a trace of fear? Or is it nervousness?
If you don't mind me asking, what was the purpose of your meeting?
We met to discuss routine administrative matters. Despite our personal disagreements, we knew to stay civil when discussing professional affairs. But to be perfect honest, it did always feel like I was treading on eggshells when speaking with her.
But you were her superior, weren't you? Didn't she respect your authority?
We had many arguments about how I was managing the academy, and she was very vocal about her distaste for the common folk students. She was difficult, to say the least.
Well, I can't imagine having to put up with her for years.
It's a painting of someone. He looks like some sort of professor.
That's Professor Lucas Gilbert. He was an instructor here many decades ago. He was well beloved by the students here, and he was quite the accomplished scholar. And this was all despite him lacking the ability to use magic.
He studied magic without being able to use it?
Yes, he was quite remarkable. Unfortunately, we lost him to illness very early in his life.
Oof.
It's a painting of a mage, but it doesn't quite look like a noble.
Oh, that's Jason Steelwind, one of the chosen mages of the Scaled Lord.
Steelwind, you say? Wait, Steelwind? As in...
Yes, he's the earliest recorded ancestor of House Steelwind. Legends say that the Scaled Lord bestowed his power upon him and his allies to create the first mages.
Wow, it's hard to even tell that he and the prosecutor belong to the same bloodline.
As with all the noble houses, House Steelwind had quite humble beginnings.
If only they'd remember where they came from. Well, I'm glad I was able to help you get into the groove of working.
There's a fireplace with some burning wood.
This is literally a detective attorney game based in the world of magic. So you could call it like Ace Attorney Harry Potter if you wanted to give it that sort of reference.
There's a fireplace with some burning wood. It looks pretty cozy.
Thank you for the head pats, Bun Bun. Thank you. Nyah.
It's a small table for guests. Is that wine?
No, actually, it's just apple juice. Most of my guests are students, after all.
I guess it makes sense.
There's a window with a view of the garden. The headmaster has a nice view from up here.
Ooh, excuse me. I wonder if we can go to the barracks now. You look around the barracks dungeon cells, but you don't see Wallace anywhere. The Inquisition is probably still questioning him. We should come back later. Alright, maybe now they're here. Hello? Is anybody there?
Be right there.
Oh my god, she's adorable! She's so cute! Sorry, but the cafeteria is closed right now.
Actually, we're here to investigate the murder. We heard that 2 members of the kitchen staff discovered the body.
Oh, that would be me.
I'm Valentia Iannis.
I need to screen cap this and post it to my friend Sing. It's like Sing without the ponytail. She can kill me for sure. You don't know she's the murderer, though.
How about the other person? Do you know where they are right now?
Oh, that would be my sister Valerie. But I think she's somewhere else on campus right now. She murdered my heart. I don't think that's quite what you mean by that.
If you're with those knights, we've already told them everything we know. Actually, we're here to investigate. We're investigating separately from them. I wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw.
Ugh, I'm gonna have to remember those details again. Sure.
Well, of course she's not gonna want to remember it.
What did you see, ma'am?
To start, can you tell us how you and your sister discovered the body?
Right. My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the west exit. We spotted the professor in a nearby classroom. She was lying on the floor and bleeding. I used an emergency communication device to call for help. While I was doing that, my sister tried to wake her up.
That would imply that Valerie thought she could be resuscitated. Did she know if the professor was still alive or not?
We're not sure, but she wasn't responding at all.
She wasn't breathing and she didn't have a pulse. Well,
that is what we call being dead, Miss Valentina.
what do you know about the suspect in this case? His name is Wallace Nightgrave. He's a student here.
He's that scary kid, right?
The one that raises undead? Those are just rumors. He would never do something like that.
But he studies necromancy, right?
Have you ever actually met him?
No, but I've heard the rumors. He's always hanging around the cemetery. I'm sure he's just biding his time, waiting for his chance to raise an army. Miss Valentina, that is incredibly close-minded of you to assume such a thing. It can't be helped that people think of him that way. But you can't help but be a little annoyed on his behalf.
What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether?
Yep, no one likes her either. Yet another set of complicated emotions. Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it anymore. She was a horrible person. She was really terrible to all of us.
By all of us, do you mean the Academy staff?
Yeah, she always treated us like her personal servants. Sometimes she'd make messes on purpose just so she could order us to clean it up. Wow, what a bitch. Like Celeste said at the start, what a bitch. This probably sounds terrible, but I'm sure a lot of people are glad that she's gone. I just hope we can still keep our jobs.
Interesting.
Now why would she be worried about that?
Did you ever feel like your job was at risk because of Bellwether?
Yes, actually. She was actually planning to fire all of the staff.
All of the staff? That can't be true, can it? The Academy needs the staff to function.
I'm not sure about the details. That's just what Jan told us.
Who's Jan?
He's one of the Academy's custodians. You can probably find him clearing the hall if you look around.
Celeste, this room was close to the crime scene. Could you cast Detect Magic and scan for magical traces?
But why is she having that reaction? Sure! Did he just say, scan for magical traces? Oh, I'll just get out of your way then. Wow, she just bolted out of the room. What was that about?
Prepario Arcanum.
Does not look like there's any traces in here.
Prepario Arcanum.
I mean, I thought we'd see something, or at least there'd be some acknowledgement that there's no traces. I suppose we'll just examine everything for now.
They must serve the students meals on these plates. It's a shame that they had to close the kitchen due to the investigation. It's a set of pots for cooking soups and the like. There's a large sack of produce in the corner.
There's some wine here too.
That must be for the professors. There's a large cooking station here. They must prepare the meals in bulk here. Several commonly used ingredients are close to the cooking area.
It's a barrel! Hehe.
It's a barrel full of some drink.
I wonder.
It's probably not lotus juice, Celeste.
It's a barrel! Oh my god, it's another barrel! 2 barrels! Thank you for sharing them. Celeste is pouty.
Oh, it's a plate of bread. They probably serve these as sides to the entrees.
Ouch! Don't get any ideas, Tyrion.
What?
Remember when we went to that fancy restaurant? You just kept ordering breadsticks and butter.
The bread is free. I might as well take advantage of it.
You know eating that many carbs isn't good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. Well, I guess we're done here now. Yeah, my pronouns are he, him. I'm not really a fan of having complicated stuff, you know? Alright, we can go to the hallway now, okay.
You spot Valentina again.
You spot Valentina again. She's speaking to someone in a blue-collar uniform. Could he be the custodian that she mentioned? Jan, where have you been? You still haven't fixed the plumbing in the kitchen sinks.
Ugh, someone just died. Can't we take the day off for once?
You're causing trouble for me and Valentina. Please be reasonable.
Wait. Why is Valentina suddenly speaking?
Wait. Why is Valentina suddenly speaking in the third person? It's a sister!
Oh, hello.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She's got the demeanor of like Yuki Nagato or something. I'm in love. I'm in love, guys. Valentina?
Oh, my apologies. I can see why you're confused. I'm not Valentina. I'm her sister, Valerie.
Oh my god. There's just something about the lazy, you know, doesn't look like we care too much attitude of that face. It's just so attractive for some reason. Are you trying to trick us or something? You look exactly the same.
You remember reading something about this before. You two are identical twins, aren't you? You're both genetically identical to each other.
Yes, we are.
Wait,
This means that she was the one who discovered the body alongside Valentina.
since we have you here, do you mind if I ask you some questions about what happened? I'm terribly sorry. But I've already spent a lot of time looking for Jan here. I'm really behind on my work. But Jan was also nearby when we discovered the body. I'm sure he can answer your questions.
Before you have a chance to object, Valerie quickly walks away. Why are these twins so suspicious?
But wait!
Do you want me to go after her? I'm pretty sure I can catch up to her.
No, we don't want to scare those two more than we already have.
Anyways, Valeria said that Jan was around when the murder happened. Maybe he saw something. Yeah.
Jan, was it?
A sister sandwich? How lewd. Why would you be like that? That's so lewd.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about what happened?
Ugh, really? Well, whatever. At least I have an excuse to take a break now.
So, Jan, are you part of the staff here?
Yep, I'm a janitor.
Jan the janitor. Oh, goodness.
I clean and I do odd jobs here and there.
Well, apparently that's all you had to say about that. I mean, I understand why you'd like a sister sandwich, but no, not here. Not here.
Valerie mentioned that you were close to Lecture Hall 2B before they found Bellwether. What were you doing when the twins discovered the body?
I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase, and there were shards and dirt everywhere.
Wait, you saw the professor before the twins arrived?
Yeah, like I said, she broke the vase right in this hallway. It was probably 20 to 30 minutes before the twins found the body. You might have been the last
person to see her alive. Did you see where she went after breaking the vase?
Yeah, I think she went into that room over there.
Jan points to the lecture hall that Bellwether was found in.
Did you see anyone enter the lecture hall?
I'm honestly not sure. I was more worried about cleaning the mess she made.
Well, did you notice anything off about her?
Excuse me.
She was in a pretty bad mood. But honestly, that's pretty normal for her. She was walking real slow. I didn't notice her at first and she basically shoved me out the way. After that, she knocked over that vase. I didn't even say anything after that, but she still yelled at me to be quiet.
Did you see where she went after that?
Not really, but the only thing in that direction is Lecture Hall 2B. I can't imagine her going anywhere else.
Thank you for your statement, Jan.
What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether?
Or I could be full of crap. No, I'm sure you have some knowledge.
I've heard she had a pretty bad relationship with the staff.
She had a bad relationship with just about everyone. Students, the other teachers. I can't think of many people who actually did get along with her.
Come on, Emil.
I'm sure you had your own share of bad experiences with her.
Yeah, she'd always yell at me when I was taking too long to get a job done. I hate to say it, but things are a lot more peaceful around here without her.
That's blunt, to say the least. But you can't exactly blame him for thinking that.
Valentina mentioned something interesting. Did you tell her that Bellwether was going to fire the academy staff?
Yeah, I remember that.
What made you think she was going to do something like that?
You know those arcane constructs in the library? Bellwether was the one who ordered them.
Oh yeah, they're so cool!
Well, a few weeks ago I overheard a meeting she was having with the headmaster. From what I heard, she was planning to order more constructs and entirely replace the staff.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure the headmaster rejected her proposal. I don't know. From the way she was talking, it sounded like he didn't have a say in the matter.
She's just trying to get rid of all the common folk out of the academy, probably. That's probably what she was trying to do.
But only the headmaster would have the authority to fire the staff. Why would she be that confident?
Dunno. All I know is that she hated having common folk in the schools, even among the staff.
Yeah, thought so.
She was really miffed that he was hiring common folk from the community center.
Wow, she is... Again, like Celeste said, what a bitch! Right, so where do we go now? Aha!
It's over. My life is over. Wallace? Who are you? What do you want?
He's scared. Wallace! It's Celeste and Tyrion! From the library, remember?
Oh, right.
How are you doing? Apparently not well.
Please tell me you're gonna get me out of here. I keep telling them that I didn't do it.
I'm starting to think that Emil is our main suspect. Eh? Why would you think that? What would I do to make you suspect me?
But they still won't let me go. I'm sorry, Wallace, but they found traces of necromancy magic on the body. And because of that, they're going to push your case to trial. What? This can't be happening. I can't breathe. But please calm down. We know that you're innocent. With that said, would you let me represent you in court? Oh, right. You said that you were a lawyer. But I don't really have money to pay you with. Don't worry about that. For now, let's just focus on getting you acquitted. What? No, they want something from me, but...
Oh my god, this new mouse I have has so many buttons on it. I keep pressing different buttons.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyways. It's not like I have anything else to lose.
That's not exactly the reaction you were expecting. But at least he's cooperating.
I don't understand. I was with you in the library the entire time. Why do they still think I'm the murderer? It makes no sense unless... You told the Inquisition, right? Did you tell them that I'm innocent? Did they frame me? We did, but as we said before, the traces of necromancy on the body. And with the state of the body, they believe that she was murdered with a necromancy spell. Apparently, that makes you their prime suspect.
The worst thing is switching between controllers like Xbox and Nintendo. I'm kind of getting used to that now.
I see. Wallace, we heard about the type of magic you're studying.
Don't worry. The headmaster explained it to us already. You just wanted to use necromancy to become a doctor, right?
I understand that you have reservations about talking about your magic.
That's understandable.
But in order to build a case for you, I need your spell compendium. I don't have one. I know. Eris already told us about that. That's why she gave us a blank one for you to attune to. Do I have to? It's your life on the line. And we need all the information we can get to help you. Sorry. You're right. I'll attune to it.
Thank you. Prestidigitation, mend wounds, illusory disguise, revive, animate corpse, and necromite blight. Right, okay, let's learn about these spells then, shall we? Right, prestidigitation. The caster creates a simple and harmless visual effect. Oh yeah, everyone knows that one. Men wounds. Illusory disguise. Revive. Animate corpse. Necrotic blight. Pulls all of the life energy from the target. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he has the 2 spells that caused the murder. This is not good. You understand the reason why he's studying this type of magic. But the spells in his compendium are still pretty gruesome. It's a little terrifying that spells like this even exist.
Sorry, I know I was being difficult. A long time ago, I showed my compendium to someone I trusted. After she saw my necromancy spell, she told everyone in the academy. That's also when Professor Bellwether started coming after me. I'm sorry. That must have been hard for you.
Wow. What a bitch!
But at least you had Eris. Yeah, I did.
How did you and Eris become friends anyways? Another hint of fear from her. Are her fears related to Eris?
Oh, it's a bit of a strange story. Sometimes the other students would steal the ID number off my locker. Then they'd switch it with one on another locker. They thought it was funny whenever they only got angry with me. Eris had a bit of a reputation around our school. I'm not sure why, but everyone was scared of her. Even the students from the nobility.
You gonna tell me that Eris is the murderer? But she was with us the entire time though, right? So it can't be her, right? Right?
It was probably due to some baseless rumors. One day, someone switched my nameplate with hers. I was so scared when she approached me, I couldn't even say anything. But she didn't get angry like the others. She just apologized and gave me back my nameplate. After that, she randomly started talking to me whenever she saw me. We became friends after that.
That's nice. It's a good thing he was able to find a friend in a place like that.
So, I have to ask. If it's caused you so much trouble, why are you still studying necromancy? I want to use it to become a doctor. The headmaster told us the same thing. But you could have just stopped after learning the healing spells. Why are you learning spells that can steal people's life force and raise undead? Life and death are 2 sides of the same coin. That's the key principle behind necromancy. The first undead was actually a failed attempt to resurrect a human using magic.
Wow, I never knew that.
Right now, basic necromancy can only heal injuries and wounds. But it can't do anything for diseases or deformities. If I could just keep studying, I know I could create a new type of necromancy. One that can cure diseases and save lives.
He specifically wants to cure diseases. Did something happen to him to motivate him so much? More than likely. I mean, to be fair, we did see. Back in set, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I thought I inhaled a hair and it made me feel like gagging, so I needed to just make sure, everything was fine. Sorry.
I think I can already guess the answer to the question. But how is your relationship with Catherine Bellwether? It's exactly what you'd expect. After word got out about that when I was studying, Professor Bellwether would always target me. She'd start yelling at me for the smallest mistakes. She'd do that to some of the other students too, and she'd focus on the ones that were poor like me.
That's terrible.
I'd wake up each day dreading the possibility that she'd notice me in the hallways. I knew how to avoid her and stay out of her way, but sometimes she'd just come looking for me. I can't believe that after everything that she did, she's just gone. You must have mixed emotions about what happened. I honestly don't know how I feel about it. To be honest, I always wish she would just disappear. But now that it's finally happened, I just feel even more afraid. It feels like she's going to come back from the grave to haunt me.
Even with Bellwether gone, his trauma will still probably linger.
I think I'm starting to put things together now.
Have you figured something out?
Yeah, I just need to take some time to think through everything. The prosecution wants to implicate Wallace despite his alibi. They wouldn't have a reason to do this unless the evidence heavily implicated him.
Here we go. How does the evidence implicate Wallace? We've learned that Wallace is a necromancer. And he's the only person in the Academy that's capable of high-level necromancy. A magical trace of necromancy was found in the classroom? Was found on the body. Of course. I should have known.
There's a trace of necromancy on the body.
This means that they think that Wallace used one of his necromancy spells. Even without seeing the traces, it's pretty obvious that magic was used on the body.
Right, because there aren't any wounds on it. And the autopsy report found no signs of poison or disease.
Which spell did they think Wallace used?
If I know Prosecutor Steele one, she probably already has a theory on which spell he might have used. The prosecution will probably argue that Wallace used one of his spells to kill Bellwether.
Yep, necrotic blight.
They will probably say that he used necrotic blight.
That makes sense.
Necrotic blight would have
drained all the life force from her body.
But that's where the contradiction lies. Let's suppose that Wallace did kill Bellwether using necrotic blight. There's something of the crime scene that wouldn't be there if that were true.
What is wrong with the crime scene? Bellwether's body was covered in blood.
Necrotic blight is a spell that doesn't inflict any visible wounds. There shouldn't have been any blood on the body.
But then what really happened?
That's the last piece. And if I had to guess, the information we need is being hidden by one of the witnesses who discovered the body.
Valentina!
She's definitely hiding something. Did you notice how she reacted when I asked you to scan the room?
Yeah, she ran away. She didn't even try to be subtle about it.
With the way she reacted, I think she may have been trying to hide herself from your detect magic. Which can only mean that there's a magical trace on her.
I wonder what she's trying to hide.
There's only one way to find out. The next time you see her, could you subtly cast detect magic and scan her?
Alright. It's been a while since we talked to her. Valerie also mentioned that they still had work to do today. She might be back in the Academy's kitchen now. But we've hit the 2-hour mark, guys. The investigation took a lot longer than I expected. So you're gonna have to wait till next week to learn what the Valentina sisters are hiding. So thank you guys so very much for watching, but please stick around for the raid. We gotta raid someone. You know, you gotta spread the love. No matter how much love you have to spread, you spread it far and wide as long as possible. So tomorrow, I believe, is Pokemon Blue. And then Papa's Freezeria on Friday. Or the other way around, I'm not sure. you see the schedule on my Twitter, you should see. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you then. Bye, 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 bye.